This is a joke, right?
On this episode, we're going to talk about the ridiculous amounts of copium being consumed by modern feminist women in order to deal with being single in their 30s, 40s, and upward.
Last time I was single, I was 24 and the dating pool was everyone. And now it's like a shallow puddle of age-appropriate men who are old and gross, and I don't want to do that.
Guys, you see what's going on here? There is a ton of content out here trying to spread the message that, hey, being single in your 30s is great, it's awesome. You know, normalize that. Maturing is realizing that it's okay to be single in your 30s. If it was okay and it was great, nobody would have to normalize it. They're obviously trying to normalize it because it sucks to be that way, but they're stuck and they have no other choice. So there was a report that was released by Morgan Stanley that predicts over 45% of the women are going to be single by 2030. The woke machine is going to make this look like the best thing ever. This is a win for feminism. It's a win for humanity. Their goal is to ultimately destroy the family unit so that you can be a docile, subservient citizen. People who aren't single don't understand that it's possible to be happy without a partner. I'm convinced. I'm totally convinced. The scientific research and thousands of years of human evolution with people coming together in marriages and families, that was just an old, outdated concept. Alone is where it's at. Are you happy living on your own? Maybe you're a honjok. Now, what the hell is this? This is the level of copium that I'm talking about. There's tons and tons of articles on the internet right now trying to give these people an identity to make them feel like they're part of some kind of a pseudo family or some kind of weird tribe of one. Listen to this. If you are a single over 40, questioning your choices and feeling anxious at the idea of living on your own for the rest of your life, here's a couple of things that you can use to pretend like it's good. Nowadays, the myth of the desperate person living on his or her own has been busted and reinforced by a new movement coming from South Korea, the Honjok, a combination of two words meaning alone and tribe. The idea of being in a family, that was a myth, and now it's been debunked. It's been busted by something from South Korea. South Koreans know everything. That's the best place, and they've developed this thing called the Honjok, and it's a combination of two words meaning alone and tribe. So now you're basically alone in a tribe by yourself. Also known as just being alone by yourself. Jesus Christ. Man, the left will try to redefine every single word that admonishes their behavior and try to make it sound like it's a good thing. This is great. Honjok. Yeah, I'm part of a tribe, but I'm alone by myself. It's still a tribe, though. South Koreans said so. That's the truth. Honjoks are basically those ones who decide to celebrate one's loneliness and independence by doing things that are usually done in company. Yeah, you know how when you go to the movies with someone and you enjoy it with them, or like to a dinner date or something like that? Now you don't have to worry about that. You can just celebrate going by yourself. It's fine. It's even better because you're a honjok now. Honjoks create their own tribe, embracing the emerging individualism to form a person's families, a new way of life which stems from the idea that doing an activity alone is a liberating act. This entire thing is just basically cope. It's coping with the fact that you're alone now, okay? You have no one, you're not gonna be with anyone, but you can celebrate that because you're a honjok. Let's cope with loneliness and pretend it's cool, and let's come up with all kinds of words and nonsense to try to convince ourselves of that. What we need to do, Kleinenberg concludes, is craft new ways of living alone. The Honjoks are showing us the way. The South Korean Honjoks, they're showing us the way, guys. How to be lonely. How to not kill ourselves while being alone. And yet another one. Actually, some people are happier and healthier being single. A Saturday night on my couch watching my Netflix with my cat and my glass of wine. Don't threaten me with a good time. You just literally described a cat lady. Whatever, you're also a honjok, I guess. Katie Camero has come to the conclusion after 40 years of searching for a relationship and not finding one that living alone is the best thing. Single life is awesome. She tried, though, for 40 years to try to find someone and get into a relationship, but it didn't work. That brought her to the realization she had an epiphany, and that epiphany told her that singlehood is better than being in a relationship. This reminds me of the fox that was eating rotten apples at the base of the tree, right? The bear walks up to this fox and goes, "Why are you eating these rotten apples?" The fox looks at him and goes, "Hey, these apples aren't rotten. The apples on that tree are still raw. They're not even ripe yet." The moral of this story is that when someone can't get what they want, they basically will try to make the best of what they can get. Right? That's it. That's all this is. My shitty Honda Civic is awesome. It gets better gas mileage than your Lamborghini. It's called copium. Tons and tons of copium are being consumed by these women who are essentially leftovers, right? They're leftovers. Let's be honest. They're not going to get with anyone. They're single, so they're now trying to come up with all kinds of ways to try to make themselves feel better about being single. Because they're honjonks now. I was trying to find someone for 10 years, and for 10 years I couldn't. Then she had an epiphany. I figured it out, guys. After 10 years of trying to find somebody to settle down with and not succeeding, I've had a eureka moment. I was completely feeding into what dating culture wanted. I finally figured it out. It was a lie. It was a lie perpetuated on me by society. Society convinced the world that procreating and having loving families is just a myth. It's a trick. They tricked you into thinking that a relationship... Guys, I can't do this without laughing because it's freaking absurd. These women have been convinced that being an independent, successful, feminist woman is the liberating thing to do. They've been brainwashed, and now they're trying to cope with the consequences of that. More people, particularly straight women, are realizing that partnerships aren't always happy or healthy. Guys, do you see the agenda here? This is happening in articles. It's happening on TikTok, Facebook, all over. The woke machine has mobilized to convince women that don't worry about it. You don't need a family. You don't need to be a mom. You don't need to pay attention to your biological urges because they don't matter because you're a powerful, independent woman.
Talking to a girl, right? You're going to put her in one of the two categories. You either want to hook up or you actually want her as partner. You'd like a relationship with her. I would like to know where to find the relationship guys. Where are they? Are they at the gym? Are they at home playing video? Like, where are they? Please tell me where they are because...
They're all around you. They're everywhere. There's tons of men out there just like that. Practically almost every man out there is like that. You, however, don't check the boxes that are required for you to settle down with a guy like that. And that's exactly why you can't find anybody. Because you're a honjonk. You don't have to worry about it. Just read some of these articles that tell you about how being single is awesome. You don't need to find anybody. Honjonk life.
Every single guy that I talk to and that I meet only wants to hook up.
When you're coming across dudes that all they want to do is just hook up and then move on, that's called a pump and dump. And the reason why you're in that category is because they've determined that you belong to the streets. You're just a pump and dump. That's the reason. If you weren't like that, you'd have been settling down with a guy right now.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just not compatible with that. That's not what I am interested in. So if someone could point me in the direction of the men that want to get to know me and want a relationship, that'd be great.
That's not going to happen.
Guy in our life, and I'm tired of finding shitty ones.
Yeah, you're going to find shitty ones because that's all that's available for you. You're not worthy of a good guy. That's why you're not getting one. You got to earn that. You got to stop acting like these dumb, independent, feminist women, and maybe you'll find a good guy.